To Be or Not to Be, the Life Makeover Series. Find out the secrets revealed during the casting of To Be or Not to Be. What are your best relationships?
Man, now my heart beating. Wow, wow, wow. Because I'm thinking about it, some of the good things and good times I have with some of my good friends, relationship I had over the years.
Things with my daughter are just wonderful.
A best friend of mine who passed away a few years ago.
It's probably with my son.
A woman that I met when I was in college who mentored me.
Probably there's a handful of really close friends that go back a long time.
I have friends and like-minded people that have come into my life that have just guided me along my path. It's just phenomenal. I'm extremely gifted.
The one I'm in right now.
My best relationship was one that it seems it really had no title. It was just here, you just knew that there wasn't anybody else. It was never, that's my boyfriend. And it went on for a long time, and it was also the most painful.
The people I work with.
People, they're all learning experiences.
Okay.
So the worst can be the best in the end.
My grandmother, it's like, lifetime relationship because I lived with her like almost all my life.
I had a very good friend in middle school. He was older than me, he was 16. I was around 13 when we met, and he was probably the greatest influence on my life.
I have two sisters. One of them, we basically shared a room growing up.
Best relationship probably would be God.
Probably Shannon, because we're very similar, kind of. And we both like to have fun and try to escape from reality as much as possible, because reality is boring and sucks.
A good relationship is one that lasts.
My best relationship, obviously right now, my fiance.
It's with my brother and sister, and then my mom.
The best relationship also happens to be the worst. This was my first relationship in Los Angeles, where I dated a woman 8 years older than me, and this was when I was 23, and it was wonderful. It was quite possibly the most complete and whole relationship until the things that started to really matter in terms of longevity came into play.
What are your worst relationships?
The most difficult relationship, difficult.
They've all been great because I learned something from them, even if they were terrible. I learned, how to not to be naive.
One of the worst relationships has probably been with my mother.
Such an irony, but probably my ex-husband.
I didn't have the worst. It could be, something that probably was, not too good of a relationship. I really don't, keep in my head. I just keep on moving on, and I leave my past behind.
Worst relationship would probably be some of my boyfriends. Yeah.
I don't have bad relationships. Every relationship has a purpose.
I guess my worst experiences where I've invested and trusted people, I've gotten wiped out.
Well, one of the worst was my marriage and getting out of my marriage.
I got involved with a guy, and he cheated on me with my best friend. And I didn't talk to him for about a year until he came back from boot camp and wanted to see me. And he convinced me to get back together because I give people second chances. And he left me at a party on New Year's Eve, and I didn't know where he was. I couldn't reach him. And I found out through a friend that he was talking to his pregnant fiance. So I left him again, and he came back, and we got back together because at this point I'm just an idiot.
Maybe parents, because I don't really get to talk to them that much, so I would like to, but just different location.
I've always ended up with having bad relationships with guys.
My romance career, it's been spotted at best.
I will say it's with my father.
I guess both my family, current, and my family.
Join To Be or Not To Be on Facebook, Twitter, and MySpace.